You want the link for the YouTube link?
Good afternoon and greetings from Singapore Indian Chamber of Commerce. We are waiting for Ms. Purnima to start the event. Kindly bear with us for just about 1 minute.
You all are on screen right now.
Greetings from Singapore Indian Chamber
So
of
there's
Commerce.
a link up on the
We
YouTube.
are waiting for Ms. Purnima to start the event. Kindly bear with us for just about
There's a
1
link.
minute. Yes.
The overseas. These other people.
Purnima ji, welcome. We are waiting for you to start.
There you are.
You are on mute. Purnima ji, you are on mute.
Come here. Yeah. Moderator, right?
Yes, just to acknowledge, can we be heard from the chamber side? Can anybody just acknowledge? Mr. Guna, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you all. Thank you. Good afternoon to each and every one of you.
Good afternoon. I think Murphy's Law, Ms. Purnima is just having some technical issues. We'll give her another minute. Kindly bear with us.
Manishji, I think Purnima has a low bandwidth. I can see this thing on the other side. Video might be a bit of a challenge, I guess.
Yes, we can see that. Yeah.
I think wavelength problem may be there. Bandwidth problem.
Yeah. Normally that doesn't happen.
So, Chairman, with your permission and
Yeah.
Inderjeet ji, with your kind permission and permission from Vicky, we will just be patient with Purnima ji, but we can start the event and she can come in as the moment this technology to sort it out, Chairman.
Absolutely. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. So, giving respect to everybody's time, please allow me to commence this.
Yeah, she's
Oh, Purnima ji, good, fantastic. Good, we can still can't hear you.
Your mic, Purnima. We can't hear you.
You have to unmute.
Purnima, can you unmute your mic? No.
Purnima ji, you have to unmute.
Yeah.
Hello. Good afternoon. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, finally.
I'm sorry for the delay. Good afternoon, everyone. Guest of honor, Mr. Inderjeet Singh, CEO, Solstar International Private Limited.
Advisor of SICKI, Dr. T. Chandru, Chairman SICKI, Mr. Sham Bhartia, Chairman FICCI Singapore Council, and Chairman and Founder of Jubilant Bhartia Group. A very good afternoon to all dignitaries and the participants, exhibitors of the SICKI Week and FICCI Expo. It's very interesting that at the right time, we are participating with FICCI and bringing this SICKI Week to you. I would also like to welcome all our SICKI Singapore Showcase exhibitors. Later, I'll introduce you one by one because there are 6 of them, and they'll also introduce themselves later. So without any further ado, I'm really apologies for the technical glitch slightly because we are so used to using Zoom, right? So WebEx is something a little bit new to us. I'll be your moderator for today for this event. Today marks the beginning of SICKI Week and FICCI's Annual Expo 2020-21. At FICCI's Expo, there are many exhibitors present. This allows for you to explore opportunities for your business as you will be able to network and find good partnerships and leads for your business. Within SICKI Week, we will connect you to 3 successful chambers from India, Rajasthan, Karnataka, and Telangana. Each day, as we will introduce the state, there will be insights shared into the emerging and profitable sectors within each state, their investment priorities, and business opportunities that are available to SMEs. We also have an Indian market entry masterclass that we have organized that we can look forward to. We have a very exciting week ahead, and I know you're excited about it. I will now invite Mr. Manish Tripathi, Vice Chairman, SICKI, to give his welcome remarks. Mr. Manish Tripathi, please.
Thank you, Purnima ji. It's absolutely a pleasure being here in this historic occasion. Let me once again welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Inderjeet Singh ji, who's been Member of Parliament for Singapore from 1996 to 2015. Inderjeet Singh, welcome. Thank you for being the guest of honor. Inderjeet ji also is CEO of Solstar International Private Limited and our advisor to the Singapore Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries. A man who needs no introduction, our chairman for Singapore Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries, our mentor, Dr. T. Chandru, institute by himself in business. He's the chairman and CEO of Modern Montessori, one of the largest multinational spread over 20 countries, an education institute, and many other businesses. Thank you, Dr. Chandru. I must say, ladies and gentlemen, but before that, let me also welcome Mr. Sham Bhartia, Chairman of FICCI Singapore Council and Chairman and Founder of Jubilant Bhartia Group. Mr. Kishore Daryanani. Kishore bhai, thank you for being with us. He is the Vice Chairman of SICKI. Mr. Bhavya Kapoor, Managing Director, Southeast Asia, Wipro Limited, and other dignitaries are a very warm welcome to our chamber members, 6 companies who want to present themselves. It takes me back about 90 to 100 days, Chairman, when we came to one of our board meetings. And thanks to Navita ji, she presented this idea to us that Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Modi, has started this 12-month program of a virtual e-pavilion event. And we said we'll be very happy. Who else other than Singapore Indian Chamber of Commerce to be the host for the Singapore Week? And we must thank FICCI and the whole management committee of FICCI, especially Navita ji, to you, to make this happen. So it was 90 days of effort. 6 companies have been chosen who are members of Singapore Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Yes. They are divided into 6 different verticals. There are 3 states, thanks to FICCI. 3 state events will happen. Today afternoon is Rajasthan. Then there are 2 days of holiday. Tomorrow is holiday in Singapore. Yes. And day after in India. So 22nd, 23rd, we shall reconvene, as Purnima ji said, and have 2 other states. And this is a very focused event, and there is a marketing event, as you said, where real business people will present. The pavilion will be open all the time. all the members or people who are listening to us on YouTube or on live video WebEx, they can visit the pavilion anytime. They can click, leave their business card. So this is the first time we are doing it. It's coming out to be a very exciting event, Chairman.
Wonderful.
And I'm so happy to have Inderjeet ji as our guest of honor for this marquee event. With that, I will ask Purnima ji to invite Dr. Chandru to say a few words and give us the backdrop.
Thank you, Manishji. I would now like to call upon our loving Dr. Chandru, Chairman of SICKI, for his opening remarks.
Thank you, Purnima ji. I like the word loving. The world today needs love.
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, fellow board members and members of the chamber. Welcome to the launch of SICCI Singapore Showcase Virtual Pavilion and Showcase at FICCI's annual expo. Now, this is the first virtual expo that SICCI has been involved with since the outbreak of COVID-19. First, allow me to welcome the following distinguished persons for the Singapore Showcase. Our guest of honor, my good friend, Mr. Inderjeet Singh, CEO, Solstar International Private Limited, and our advisor for the chamber, Mr. Inderjeet Singh. Mr. Shyam S. Bhatia, Chairman, FICCI Singapore Council and Chairman and founder of Jubilant Bhatia Group. Mr. Bhavya Kapoor, Managing Director, South Asia Wipro Limited. And of course, our dear Navita Mayor, Director, Singapore FICCI. Indeed, welcome. Now, I must say, this is the first ever e-pavilion, something I'm very excited to participate, virtual event between SICCI and FICCI, with multiple states that has got involved. And indeed, I must say SICCI is very, very proud to participate. Now, just a quick, as chairman, it's my duty to talk about the chamber. Otherwise, I will not do justice to this organization that I represent. The Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, established in 1924 with a mission to help enhance enterprise and entrepreneurship in Singapore. This is an enduring endeavor, and we strive to build the entrepreneurial class in Singapore through a spectrum of activities and initiatives every year. And of course, this year is no exception. In keeping with our objective of promoting entrepreneurship and internationalization, SICCI constantly strives to spur the entrepreneurial spirit or drive, we may call it, not just in Singapore, but also in the global arena. We have a dedicated SME center that helps Singapore companies bootstrap and take advantage of grants to enhance their productivity, digitalize, and also internationalize. SICCI has also established a special purpose vehicle, the International Business Division, IBD, to help members do business in India. This was officially inaugurated by our Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Heng Swee Keat. It was instituted in July 2020 to conduct various outreach programs and missions to take advantage of CECA, which of course means Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement with India. IBD provides in-depth market intelligence, recommends suitable government assistance schemes, and detailed tax and legal advisory matters to SMEs that want to internationalize. The team also handholds SMEs in their internationalization journey with the help of business advisors and market experts. I wish to mention two specific initiatives that would interest participants of this expo. One, SICCI has recently signed an MOU with cross-border e-commerce provider Proxtera. Now, basically, this is to facilitate trade financing with countries that Singapore has signed FTAs. Now, on the startup front, SICCI has organized Launchpad 2021 with Startup Incubation and Innovation Center, which is at IIT Kanpur. The competition, the first of its kind, saw 2 winners from 8 shortlisted product-ready startups with cross-border services. Riding on this momentum, SICCI will continue to nurture new and evolving networks with overseas chambers and international associations so that our SMEs stays afloat and grow. Singapore is confident about India's long-term growth. India had exported $9.53 billion worth of goods to Singapore. These are in refined petroleum, worth about $3.71 billion, special purpose ships, which are worth about $1.57 billion, and jewelry valued at about $420 million. Singapore is India's 5th largest export destination. Singapore had exported $14.1 billion to India in goods such as integrated circuits, computers, and refined petroleum. Singapore's FDI, foreign direct investment, into India is worth about $14.6 billion in 2020, which accounts for 17% of India's total FDI. Indeed, Singapore is India's single largest FDI investor. Even while India's long-term GDP growth is projected to remain robust, with an average growth rate of 7.3% for the fourth quarter fiscal year 2020, its GDP went down to 3.1%. The Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman, announced pro-business policies that unleash the power of competitive markets to generate wealth as against crony policies that previously favored incumbent private interests, and its themed self-reliance, or Atmanirbhar. I'm sorry for the pronunciation. A program has laid emphasis on increasing capital expenditure, raising allocations for healthcare capacity building, and development of agriculture infrastructure, among others, which are expected to have a multiplier effect on the economy. In fact, the 2021 budget announced on 31st January early this year had a specific foreign investment focus. This was emphasized via the allowance of non-resident Indians to incorporate one-person companies in India, significantly lowering the barrier of entry into the Indian market. With these forward-looking developments, India obviously attracts overseas startups, SMEs, and FDIs. This SICCI Singapore showcase at FSCCI's Expo 2021 itself is a testament to the dedication and collaboration of both FICCI and SICCI in striving to strengthen business ties between India and Singapore and allows for an evolution of a mutually beneficial business ecosystem for our SMEs to thrive in. With FICCI, we hope to extend the network and knowledge to best enable Singapore businesses to propel into the Indian market. We aim to connect Singapore companies with the larger Indian market through our MOE partners who have an extensive network. The sessions dedicated to specific states have been staged to show you how the Indian market is changing and for you to appreciate and understand the diversity of the different market presence within different states. The variety of states present aim to give you opportunity for Singapore businesses to explore. Once again, thank you all exhibitors for participating in this FICCI's annual expo and especially for being here with us for the SICCI week. My special thank goes to Mr. Inderjit Singh for gracing this inaugural event. And I must say my special thanks to both my vice chairman, Manish and Kishore, who head the international and bilateral relations, and of course not forgetting Purnima Kamath. Additionally, I'd like to extend my thanks to FICCI staff who worked with Pooja, who had been coordinating the event for a couple of months now with the support of my secretariat staff, headed by my CEO, Johnson. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. You're on mute.
What's next?
Thank you, Dr. Chandru, for the great insights. Now, a very warm welcome to Mr. Shyam Bhartia, Chairman, FICCI Singapore Council, and Chairman and founder of Jubilant Bhartia Group. The Jubilant Bhartia Group has a global workforce of around 42,000 employees and has a strong work presence in diverse sectors like pharmaceuticals, contract research and development services, life science ingredients, agri-products, and more. Mr. Shyam himself has been associated with various reputed institutions and associations, including IIT Mumbai and IIM Ahmedabad. He has been involved as a member and participant of the World Economic Forum. We are very grateful today to have him present with us here today. May I invite Mr. Shyam Bhartia to grace us with his opening remarks.
Thank you, Purnima. Good afternoon, friends and captains of industry from India and Singapore. Hope you all are doing well. A very warm welcome to Inderjit Singh ji to take the time out and join us today. Thank you so much. A very warm welcome to Singapore Pavilion and Showcase launch. I would like to compliment especially FICCI and SICCI for working closely, resonating Strong India, Singapore Connect, and taking forward this partnership through initiatives like this. As you all know, the character of the global economy is transforming rapidly today. COVID-19 has hugely changed the way we live, work, and have social interaction. In this backdrop, India and Singapore continue to enjoy a holistic and multifaceted strategic relationship, embellished with strong people-to-people linkages in terms of tourism, culture, and diaspora. On economic front, both India and Singapore have been supporting endeavors to promote multilateralism and create a fair, predictable, and stable international order. India-Singapore cooperation at strategic level platforms like East Asia Summit, G20, Commonwealth, IORA, Indian Ocean Rim Association, and IONS, Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, is reflective of our collaborative approach. As I have always emphasized, with its common history and culture, Singapore is home away from home for Indians. Both countries have a strong economic relation and has evolved and strengthened over the years. Singapore today has emerged as one of the top sources of FDI into India. Singapore remains one of the top destinations for Indian investments. Bilateral trade between two countries have been robust in past few years. More than 8,000 Indian companies have already based in Singapore for regional markets, while 500 Singapore companies are involved in wide-ranging businesses in India. Although we share a deep and dynamic partnership, there is a huge untapped potential to be harnessed over next decade. Singapore is a key partner for India's investment priorities. At the same time, India offers a large market paired with technical strength, competitive cost effectiveness, and ongoing economic reforms benefiting the industry. Last year, India received highest ever foreign direct investment with US dollar 81.72 billion. This was 10% higher than the previous years, despite the pandemic and the investment declining worldwide. We have been riding high on the government's flagship Make in India scheme and the other reforms attracting foreign investment. This kind of improvement is unprecedented and reflects the commitment of our government towards ushering in structural reforms for the same. Over the past couple of years, Government of India has taken numerous steps to provide business-friendly environment. Several measures have been taken towards simplification and rationalization of many existing and age-old rules and regulations. India is set to launch a national single window system with almost 17 ministries, departments, and 14 states on board to allow investors to identify and apply for various pre-operation approvals. As per Doing Business India Report 2020, the rank of India in the ease of doing business for 2019 has moved upwards to 63rd position among 190 countries. India is targeting to become one of the top 25 countries in ease of doing business by the year 2024. Indian government has introduced sector-specific production-linked incentive scheme. It's called PLI scheme across 13 key sectors, aiming to making Indian manufacturing globally competitive and attract investment in the areas of core competency, while making the country an integral part of global supply chain. This aims at establishing backward linkages with SME sector, which in turn will lead to more inclusive growth and create huge employment opportunities. The idea of Atmanirbhar Bharat was about opening India's doors wider so that India engages with the world from a position of strength on equal, fair, and reciprocal terms. The vision of our Prime Minister is to prepare India to become a global player in resilient supply chain, a trusted partner when like-minded countries are looking to expand trade and looking for alternative sources for manufacture of their goods and provision of services. As COVID-19 recedes, we look forward to a positive economic momentum across the globe, redefining bilateral relations and initiatives. We would like to evolve and revisit our areas of collaboration. I would like to highlight 4 key sectors for enabling and greater engagement between India and Singapore. 1. The first one, logistics. Logistics is evolving rapidly. India plays a pivotal role in driving the growth of economy. As technology is evolving, the future of logistics sectors will be data and technology driven. This represents an opportunity for tech companies in Singapore to help Indian companies for new age tech solutions for building integrated logistic ecosystem. India and Singapore can also consider arrangements for cross-border logistics to enhance cooperation and e-commerce space. Second area is digitalization. Singapore should work with India to encouraging the digital ecosystem and engaging the incubators, venture capitalists, artificial intelligence, IoT, blockchain, and big data in the sectors, such as financial services, advanced manufacturing, infrastructure, and smart cities, e-commerce, etc., which will create mutually complementary partnerships. The third important sector is healthcare. Pandemic has enabled convergence of technology in healthcare and research in life sciences. The need of the hour is to have R&D, startups, biotech, pharma, and digital platforms all under one umbrella for efficient delivery and effective responsiveness. India and Singapore can provide partnership for innovations in healthcare by supporting startups which bring affordable technologies in the healthcare sector. The next area and the fourth area is fintech. Singapore-based businesses are digitalizing aggressively. This is a strong focus on areas such as medtech, fintech, and even agri-tech. Indian companies can ride on this digital drive to use Singapore as a base to digitalize their operations as well as offer other digital solutions to the companies based here. Capitalizing on the complementary strengths of India and Singapore. To conclude, India and Singapore economic cooperation has enormous potential for growth, which can bring great economic and strategic benefits to both the nations. There are global value chain and looking to shift to India and Singapore and play a very important vital role in channeling those investments into India and support growth story of India. I would like to thank Vicky and Siki especially for organizing this meet and a great work done by Navita and the Siki team. Thank you, Chandru, for your great vision. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. for such insights on both the sides of India and Singapore. And this is a great initiative. Thanks to your team in India and Navita and her team to give SICKI an opportunity for this expo. Also, I would like to say for those participants who are joined from India and Singapore that my chambers, which is SICKI, the Singapore Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, acts like a catalyst to bridge the gap between both India and Singapore. So thank you once again, everybody, for participating in this webinar. I would like to now welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Inderjit Singh, to give his address to us. He is, of course, a business captain known to everybody, an advisor to SICKI, and a role model to many of us entrepreneurs like me. Over to you, Mr. Inderjit Singh.
Thank you, Purnima. A very good afternoon to everyone present here today. Let me start by thanking Dr. Chandru, Chairman of SICKI, for inviting me today here to officiate this exceptional cross-border and cross-sector showcase event launch. Let me start by welcoming all our key guys, Dr. Chandru, Chairman of SICKI and CEO of MMI Group, Mr. Sham S. Bhatia, Chairman of FICCI Singapore Council and Chairman, Founder of Jubilant Bhatia Group, Mr. Manish Tripathi, Vice Chairman SICKI, Group Executive Officer of Digi Life Technologies Limited, Mr. Bhavya Kapoor, Managing Director of Southeast Asia Wipro Limited, Mr. Kishore Rani, Vice Chairman SICKI, MD of Ganga Jamna Electronics, Ms. Purnima Kamnath, Director of SICKI, and Ms. Navita Mayer, Director of FICCI in Singapore. Now, I'm glad that many of you are attending this very important event. It's an inaugural event, something very special, completely virtual event, connecting our communities together. And I'm so happy to be here to be officiating this event with all of you. The virtual pavilion and showcase at FICCI Expo 2020-2021. Now, our relation with FICCI goes a very long way. SICKI, then known as the Indian Merchant Chamber, IMC, was associated with FICCI as early as in 1935. And that's quite a long time ago. And SICKI recently renewed an MOU with FICCI in 2019, just recently. Now, FICCI and SICKI aim to provide handholding and facilitation to medium and small enterprises of both sides, as well as other businesses to establish their presence, overseas presence, either Singapore companies going to India or Indian companies coming to Singapore, or to promote joint ventures. Now, as we have heard from our previous speakers, there are many opportunities for Singapore businesses for investment and ventures in India, and vice versa for Indian companies to tap the region through Singapore, the Southeast Asian region. Now, the FICCI Annual Expo 2020-21 was inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi, on the 12th of December 2020. The theme, 365 Days of Business. Now, it's an excellent initiative and which will continue until December 2021. Being a business-to-business as well as business-to-consumer event, this provides businesses and companies a platform to forge new partnerships. And I hope that during the course of this few days, that we will establish deeper ties and partnership that can allow us to benefit both sides of our countries. Now, as we have heard also from our previous speakers, India and Singapore both enjoy very strong economic, cultural, and social ties. Now, 2005 marked a significant step forward in the economic cooperation between India and Singapore with the signing of the landmark India-Singapore Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement, or SICA as we know it. And since then, the bilateral ties, the bilateral trade investments between India and Singapore have grown robustly. And I'd like to add that SICA continues to be a very important component for Singapore, despite what you may have heard from various social media platforms. This is a very important partnership, and the Singapore government is committed to both businesses from both sides of our countries to take advantage of this to continue to grow our businesses. Now, some numbers I'd like to share. In the past 24 years, exports of India to Singapore have increased at an annualized rate of almost 10%, 9.96%, from 976 million in 1995 to 9.53 billion in 2019, as Dr. Chandru mentioned just now. During the last 24 years, exports of Singapore to India also have increased at an annualized rate of 10.3%, from 1.3 billion in 1995 to 14.1 billion in 2019. And we heard from Mr. Chan just now, the figures released in 2020 from the Indian Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. India received the greatest share of FDI inflows from Singapore, valued at US $16.23 billion in the last Indian financial year, which ended in March 31st. Singapore also topped the list of foreign investment generators for India, accounting for 29% of the record 81.72 billion that we heard from Mr. Sham just now of foreign direct investment. So 29% of that came from Singapore in the financial year 2021. And however, this is not the first time that Singapore has attained the top spot. It was also top source of FDI inflows into India in 2015-2016 period also. Now, the rise of Singapore as an FDI source, according to investment experts, can be attributed to the tax treaty amendments that India signed in recent years with Singapore and with other countries like Mauritius that have brought tax parity, providing a level playing field, and that makes it a lot more easier for many of our businesses. Now, with the second largest population in the world, India presents a significant growth opportunity for everyone, not just for Indian businesses, not just for Singapore businesses, but for businesses in this region. Once COVID-19 pandemic settles down, new opportunities will arise for all businesses. The global supply chains will go through major realignments and changes, as we have heard earlier on. Now, businesses will want to diversify away from too much of reliance on any one country. For example, over-reliance of manufacturing on China that had disrupted supply chains for many businesses, including mine, and we realized that we cannot just depend on one country. Therein lies many opportunities for our entrepreneurs and our businessmen to identify right now what are the opportunities that will come once things settle down and take a lead in the post-pandemic era. We have to start planning now if you want to take advantage of opportunities early and move fast. So I call upon everyone to work together to create a new normal in the world, with India seen as a key pillar of the global economic growth in the future. And I have full confidence that India will emerge as one of the top soon. As a Chamber of Commerce and Industry with majority Indian businesses, India must be a market of choice for Singaporean businessmen. I would like to congratulate all the companies for taking part and investing in India. We hope to build on today's event with a much larger virtual expos in the months to come. I would like to wish the organizers and the participants a successful event. I want to wish you success in forging new partnerships, identifying new opportunities that can bring both of our business communities higher and also help grow both our countries' economies to a much bigger partnership that we have ever since. So thank you for inviting me today to join you in this very interesting event. And I want to wish everyone an enjoyable session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your inspiring address.
Thank you.
Thank you, Indrajit ji. It seems Purnima is again having technical issues, so I will just quickly now invite Mr. Bhavya Kapoor, Managing Director, Southeast Asia Wipro Limited. Bhavya, all yours.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here. I hope everyone is keeping safe and doing well, especially in India, given the situation of the second wave, though it's tapered down, but we're still not out of the woods in India. I will also want to use this
opportunity. Sorry, Bhavya, sorry, your volume, we can't hear you clearly. If you could either increase the volume.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying that I would also want to use this opportunity and forum to encourage everyone to get vaccinated. I'm sure most of you have got vaccinated, but for those who have not, please do get vaccinated. We've seen the impact of vaccination in population, especially in the US. They're back to business. So I would encourage everyone to get vaccinated as soon as possible. Having said that, I think the COVID-19 crisis has become the biggest disruptor in a world where disruption was already a fast growing trend. The pandemic has altered consumer preferences and changed the way organizations work. It has also triggered an economic crisis that has no parallel in the recent past, at least in the generation that I belong to, leaving businesses with the daunting task of reinventing themselves while they strive to survive and revive growth. It's common knowledge. The initial months of 2020 affected the East Asian countries the most, and India was able to push out the impact to later part of 2020 through tight central controls by the government and a well implemented no movement policy. It had long lasting impacts on our economy. The initial months of the first wave impacted both the organized and the unorganized sector in India. While the organized sector was able to get its act together, leveraging technology and internet, the unorganized sector was worst hit. The challenge, hence, is far deep rooted than we can imagine. However, the government has taken long term policy actions for sustaining and even accelerating growth in key sectors. In just about the first 4 months of the calendar year of 2021, India added about a dozen startups to the Unicorn Club, and not to forget the recent frenzy on IPOs of Zomato and Paytm that all of us are aware of. The capital markets have been bullish on the trend, and the listed companies in India added almost 60% to the market cap between April 2020 to April 2021, which is a good leading indicator in times to come. GST collections remain well above the trillion mark for 8-9 months in succession. On employment, as per the CMIE survey, economy was worst hit in 2020 in the initial months of May, June, and the unemployment rate was about 24%, which creeped up to about 9% in January of this year, which also speaks volumes about the resilience of the Indian economy. The Indian economy at the end of 2020 was at about 145 trillion rupees and was expected to grow between 11 to 13%. However, after the second wave, the expectation to grow is now between 8 to 10%. Personally, I believe that India will definitely hit the double-digit mark as far as growth is concerned this year. And this will continue for the next few years, given the lead indicators. Enterprise technology is slated to play a big role in moving from disruption to acceleration of economy. India is a leader when it comes to adoption of tech and enablement of tech. Indian IT services industry is a testament of the same. You would have observed the results of the top IT companies in the recent days, and everyone is talking about a double-digit growth in this year. Today, being tech-enabled is not just a choice, but a ticket to do business and any business. Traditional industries are fast adopting tech, and this will get baked into future results and productivity, which I am confident will yield better outcomes for everyone. There are great opportunities for global businesses, including Singapore companies, to participate in this growth in India. Key areas which will lead this growth will be health tech, edutech, citizen tech, agri-tech, logistics and supply chain. I believe these industries will fare better than the rest, given the scale and size of India. all of these will need an underlying infrastructure. Though the definition of infrastructure will change now from being offices to commercial real estate to being data centers, cyber security, IoT, AI, ML, data science, where Singapore is already playing a key role. And there would be a great opportunity for Singapore businesses to help India develop these underlying infrastructures. In India, companies have accelerated their investments in AI over the last 18 months. If this trend was to continue, then India is well positioned to be a global powerhouse in the AI space. Given the abundance of skills, India is expected to lead this space, especially given the government policy and focus around enabling ease of doing business and aiding startups in this space. Singapore's Green Plan 2030 aimed towards sustainable development, and it has set up a 60 million agri-food cluster transformation fund supporting tech adoption in agri-food. This could be a big opportunity again for the Indian agri-food startups to partner. Electronic vehicles, and all of us have seen the Singapore government policy where by 2030, it is expected that the city-state will have about 60,000 EV charging stations. Indian companies again can take the lead here and help develop the EV ecosystem, not just in Singapore, but across the world. Singapore has a huge sustainability agenda. India has a strong leadership on solar alliance, renewable energy platforms that can be showcased to the world using Singapore as a hub. And this would give access to the Indian companies, not just to Southeast Asia, but to the global markets, leveraging Singapore's position. I spoke about data centers earlier. India needs world-class infrastructure and partnerships for developing data centers. Singapore REITs are already investing and building data centers in India. This will be the new real estate, as I spoke earlier, of the future rather than commercial real estate. Singapore Connection is an important and trusted data corridor linking Singapore into Europe and US, and Indian companies can leverage that strategically. Singapore has built a strong research and innovation infrastructure across a wide spectrum of tech, including health, where Biopolis is an area which is earmarked by Singapore for health R&D. Indian companies definitely can leverage this advantage and strengthen their innovation ecosystem. I'm personally confident that with a huge domestic consumption, a majority of young population, and progressive government policies, India will offer opportunities not just for Indian businesses, but global and Singaporean businesses to innovate and grow at scale. With this, I would say, again, please use whatever opportunity you have to get vaccinated. This is what is going to lead to better outcomes for all of us.
Thank you, Mr. Bhavya, for your deep insight into the current and upcoming opportunities present for businesses in India, especially through digital disruption and technology acceleration. Next, we have introductions by the companies present with us for the SICKI Week. First, we would like to invite Mr. Rakshan, Senior Operations Manager, Sevak Limited, named as DigiLife Technologies. Mr. Rakshan, over to you.
Rakshan, you're on mute. Yeah. Oh, we can't hear you. Rakshan, you're on mute. FICCI team, would you kindly help? Is the master mute on, or you can unmute?
Amandeep, are things okay from the background? We can't hear Rakshan.
Ma'am, they are on unmute, but somehow their device, laptop device, is not working properly.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Rakshan, if you can hear me, you can kindly sort this out if you don't mind, and then we'll come to Singapore electric vehicles. Purnamaji, we can go to the next one, and
Yeah, okay.
and Rakshan can come.
Yeah, Rakshan, you sort out the audio. In the meanwhile, I would request Miss Kelly, Company Head GM for Deltec Singapore. Miss Kelly, please. Is Miss Kelly here?
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Afternoon,
Yes,
Kelly. Yeah.
yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for having us in today's session. Indeed, this is a privilege for me to be part of this meeting. So to start off with, first of all, may I just address all that is in this team, Mr. Inderjit Singh, Dr. Chanju, Mr. Manish, Mr. Kishore, and of course, not to forget Ms. Punima and Mr. Johnson. Thank you for having me representing Deltec to give a word on here. Well, Deltec, we are a local system integrator. Our core business surrounds providing IT services, products and services to the local corporate in Singapore. Therefore, we can see that today in all business, computers, servers, systems, everything is a key integral part for the success of an organization. I would really look forward to see how I can work with partners like you guys to see how we can expand more cooperation together. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Yeah. Rakshan, are you ready?
We can come last to
We
Rakshan.
can come later. Okay. I would like now to call Mr. Gyanendra, CEO InfoTrust Singapore. Mr. Gyanendra, please.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good
Am I
afternoon.
audible? Am I audible?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Gyanendra. I'm CEO of InfoTrust. Thanks to Sikki and Fiki for organizing this wonderful event. And as InfoTrust, we are into IT consulting and services. And we have a few products more on video analytics and CRM. So I would like to request my colleague, Ms. Prasasti. She will share more about InfoTrust. Prasasti, can you share the slides?
Yes, so thank you, Gandhinji. Good afternoon to all the guest participants and exhibitors. I'm Prashasti representing Infra Singapore Private Limited. First of all, greetings to Honorable Indrajit Ji, Dr. Chandru Ji, Manish Ji, Kishore Ji, Purnima Ji, and Johnson Ji. And I would like to thank Sikki and Fiki for giving us this opportunity to present our solution to all of you. Giving an introduction about InfoTrust, we started our operation in year 2006 as an IT consulting and services company.
Slides, please. Your slides.
Yeah.
Slides can come in the next part, which is the big event. Today is this time is a 3 minute.
Just the introduction.
Okay.
Yeah, so to continuing that, it has been 15 plus years for us in catering to the needs and demands of our customers worldwide. We as a company believe that technology plays a very important role in growth and development of people and the business. And to achieve efficiency, therefore, we always try to provide latest innovative technology solutions to different end users. And talking about our product and solution, we offer a range of advanced solutions like AI-powered smart video analytics and surveillance solution, which provides us fully automated security and services to all the different industries like education, retail, smart cities, logistics, airports, railways, etc. And also we have a fully automated digital business automation solution. What makes us unique and different from others are that we have our own products, which are being developed by our in-house experts. And thus it provides us complete control over all the projects we do. And also we keep in mind the cost efficiency for solution for all the business. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Prashasti. I would like to now invite Ms. Namrata Desai and Mr. Nilesh Desai, Director of Ninad Global Private Limited.
Before we go there, I must add that Gyanji has been a member for more than 15 years, his company chairman. And just 2 years back, Gyanji, I think Prashasti missed, you also diversified into agri products and import and export. So just to let that flavor also come to the people at the FICCI side who are listening, that InfoTrust has both arms, which is agri-tech as well as technology. Thank you. Ninadji, back to you.
Thank you, Manishji. Thank you, Manishji. Yeah.
Thank you. Over to you, Ms. Namrata and Mr. Nilesh.
Hi, I'm Nilesh here. Good afternoon to everybody. Greetings to guest of honor, Mr. Indrajit, SICKI Chairman, Mr. Chandru, SICKI team members, Mr. Manish, Mr. Kishore, Ms. Purnima, CEO, Mr. Johnson, co-exhibitors and business participants. We thank you to Singapore Indian Chambers and Federation of Indian Chambers for organizing this event, which is giving us a good opportunity to reach out to large community. Specifically about Ninad Global, we are Singapore company and registered 3 years back, but we restarted and initiated the business operation recently, where focus area is commodity trading as well as innovative IT solutions. Basically, me and my wife Namrata are working on this platform and expanded the team in Singapore as well as in India to support the growth aspect. On the trade side, we are taking care of commodity trade on physical, more to do with reaching out to people across locations as a partnering for long-term sustainability and growth. On the IT side, it is innovative solution, which is in the current situation, digitalization is more important while people are not able to move out and physically station at one place. So our digitalization is supporting extensively for the growth. And we'll be talking more detail while we are presenting case-to-case presentation slides. But thank you very much for this opportunity. We look forward for continuing support and growth. Thank you.
Thank you, Nilesh.
Thank you, Nilesh. I would like to now invite Mr. Gunashekaran, Director, Pixibit Private Limited. Over to you, Mr. Guna. Mr. Guna,
am I on mute?
Yeah, you're audible.
Vanakkam, namaste to each and every one of you in this digital virtual world. I'm Gunashekaran, the director of Pixibit Private Limited, which was seated by SICKI in 2015. Thanks for everything from SICKI. And also I had experience with SICKI in 2015. I traveled with them around India to understand India. That's how made me start this business. Pixibit Private Limited is specialized in digital live streaming, virtual content development from preschool to senior education. We closely in Singapore works with all the government departments, especially IMDA, Enterprise Singapore, Workforce Authority, and Ministry of Education to design and develop virtual content using AR, augmented reality and virtual reality. From this early part of this year, we have moved into drone flying. We looking at India to make it a tourism sector, also for agriculture, logistics, and new tech development. In a nutshell, we are able to produce what you want in low cost with high quality. Digital products, content, training, development. India, come to us, Singapore, and we are here ready to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Guna. May I now invite Ms. Sharmila, Chairman, Belly Ventures, to introduce her company.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you. And I'm glad and happy to meet everybody in this digital world. And thank you to Mr. Manish, Dr. Chandru, and Mr. Shyam, Mr. Indrajit, all the SICKI and FICCI team. It's really a wonderful effort and great expo to be on with. Always there is a saying, save the best for the last. So I was saved for the last today but Cisco helped me to upbeat one level up to introduce myself. So I'm Sharmila from Belly Ventures Private Limited. I'm the chairman of this company. As venture capitals, we invest in healthcare industry mainly. The reason behind 1994, we started our business journey as a pharma manufacturing company in India. Today, we have almost 250 products, tablets, capsules, and ointment form, which we manufacture in Chennai. So from there on, our services in healthcare, it has been evolved, I can say, because we have developed our own enterprise resource planning system for healthcare industry. And we are in the mode of upbringing a healthcare medicity in Tamil Nadu, Puducherry. It is not in Tamil Nadu, Puducherry Union Territory, which is a total in a different concept coming up with treatment, training, and tourism in one place. So it's a 3T concept of medical tourism, which comes with global healthcare services, centers for excellence, educational institutes, smart and innovative solutions with medical destination services. Totally, it is going to be a self-sustainable city. With Valley Ventures, together we have engaged Sarvana Jurong owned Jurong Consultants India Private Limited as our PMC to do the project. We have completed our feasibility study for this project. Land has been acquired almost. And I would like to welcome you all for our groundbreaking ceremony in August. To know more about us, we can catch up later. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Purnima, you are on mute.
Hi, thank you, Sharmila. Rakshan, are you ready?
No. Mr. Rakshan Rai.
Yeah, Mr. Rakshan from Seva. I can't see him.
Yes.
Yeah.
No audible. We can't hear you, Rakshan. Can we just read from the summary and help Rakshan out? Purnima ji, you have the summary, just 2 lines. So,
no, I don't.
Okay, I'll read it out.
Yeah.
Mr. Johnson had kindly given me a backup plan.
Yeah, Manish.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Rakshan.
Yeah, this is Kelly.
Kelly is going to speak.
No, I think Rakshan, I will read it out.
Yeah, this is Kelly here. Perhaps Rashan can use my computer. That he can do the presentation.
Presentation at Mr. Kelly in the second half, but we just quickly read out Singapore Electric Vehicles Private Limited. Oh, okay, guys in the same place. Go ahead. Yeah, yes, Rakshan. Okay, for the want of time, because 3:15 Chairman Indrajit ji will start the other event, I'll just go forward. Singapore Electric Vehicles is the first commercial electric vehicle fleet company based in Singapore. Their aim is to revolutionize public mobility by introducing zero emission and environment friendly vehicles with popular ride hailing services with apps. They are looking for partners in the EV space in many states in India, including Rajasthan, Telangana, NCR, Delhi Capital, and Karnataka. So SEV will be very happy to partner with any FICCI or SICCI member who wishes to explore opportunities in India. So thank you, Rakshan, for that. Am I audible now? Yeah, Rakshan, we've already introduced you.
Hello? Rakshan, it is done. Mr. Manish ji has introduced the Singapore. Yeah, thank you.
Inconvenience, sorry. Please.
No worry. Yeah, thank you so much, and a very interesting lineup of exhibitors. Let me now call upon Mr. Kishore Daryanani, our Vice Chairman of SICCI, to share with us what all interesting events are lined up in the next coming days. Kishore bhai.
Thank you, Mrs. Purnima. A very good afternoon once again to everyone here today. Warm greetings. Guest of honor, Mr. Indrajit Singh, CEO, Solstar International Private Limited, advisor to SICCI. Dr. T. Chandru, Chairman, SICKI, Chairman and CEO, MMI Group. Mr. Sham S. Bhartia, Chairman, FICCI Singapore Council, and Chairman and Founder of Jubilant Bhartia Group. Mr. Manish Tripathi, Vice Chairman, SICKI, Director and Board Member, DigiLife Technologies Limited, SGX Listed. Group Chief Executive Officer, DigiLife Technologies Limited, also SGX Limited. Mr. Bhavya Kapoor, Managing Director, Southeast Asia, Wipro Limited. Ms. Purnima, Board Director of SICKI. Mr. Johnson Paul, CEO, SICKI. Ms. Navita Meyer, Director, Singapore FICCI. Thank you to all the companies that have been presented today. My special thanks to Ms. Shamrila, Mr. Guna, Mr. Gayananda, Mr. Namrata Desai, Mr. Rakshan Rai, and Ms. Kelly. Today is just a sneak preview to the wide range of webinars and networking sessions that we have here to provide you this week. What we hope to achieve this week is to provide you with a comprehensive information, customer base, and equip you with the necessary knowledge and network to tap into the Indian market and make the best use of this expo. We'll introduce you to business and investment opportunities in 3 different Indian states: Rajasthan, Karnataka, and Telangana hereon. You will be able to interact with and learn about the business opportunities in these regions. After session today, we shall interact with FICCI representatives of state of Rajasthan on the business opportunities in the state. We shall hear from Mr. Bimal Patwari, Chairman FICCI Rajasthan, and Mr. Anuj Bindal, Business Development and Marketing, Mahindra World City, Jaipur. On day 2, there'll be 2 sessions. For session 1, we shall interact with the FICCI representatives of state on the business and investment opportunities in the state of Karnataka. We have Mr. Ulhas Kamath, Chairman FICCI Karnataka State Council, Mr. Gunjan Krishna, IES, Commissioner for Industrial Land and Director of Industries and Commerce, Government of Karnataka, Ms. Uma Reddy, Managing Director, High Tech Magnetics and Electronics, Mr. Mohammad Attar, Partner and Leader, Invest India, Mr. Anand Sudarshan, Founder and Director, Sylvan Advisors Private Limited. For session 2, there is a masterclass by in-market experts, KNAV, who shall equip you on the prerequisites of Indian market entry. Mr. Himanshu Godara, Director, Inbound Advisory, KNAV, Mr. Amitabha Khemka, Partner, Indirect Tax, KNAV. On Friday, 3rd day, we have an interesting session on business opportunities available in the state of Karnataka. We shall hear from Mr. Sri Bhaskar Reddy, President FICCI. This 3-day lineup of sessions that have been organized to give you insights into the changing and upcoming markets of each state and the investment opportunities that companies can explore with them. You better understand what they have to offer, the mechanics, and the choice of relevant sectors. We really wish you can take away fruitful insights from the SICKI Week at FICCI's annual expo. We would like to extend a word of thanks to FICCI for collaborating with us to arrange this wonderful week of events. Looking forward to the week. Thank you. I shall hand over to Ms. Purnima now. Ms. Purnima, please.
Yeah, thank you, Kishore Bhai. Now to close the session, I will once again call Mr. Manish Tripathi, the Vice Chairman of SICKI. Manish.
Just thank you, everybody. So I must compliment Chairman and Guest of Honor that with all these hiccups, we still managed to nearly close on time. It's 3:10. We are just right there because we have another one starting, Chairman.
Yes.
So Inderjeet ji, first of all, thank you very much, sir. You are the captain of our industry. We all look forward to take inspiration from you as always. FICCI, thank you. I must say we have chosen the 6 sectors very carefully. You heard medical, Medicity, electric vehicles, technology, agri-tech. Mr. Guna has complete 360 degrees of support. So we have chosen our SME sector very carefully to represent various verticals. And as Kishore Bhai, you rightly mentioned just now, each state will have an agenda chairman. And we are going to start the next one in the next maybe 3-4 minutes. May I request all the 6 participants to join back? We know only 4 are presenting each day, by rotation. But if you want to listen in and you see any opportunities, all 6 can be with us. And I'll end by thanking our chairman, Dr. Chandru. It took us maybe less than 1 minute to get approval from the board. He said, just go ahead and do this as a committee. Kishore Bhai and Purnima and Johnson and his team, we all worked very hard for close to 100 days. And thank you for your support, Chairman. And this is a start, and more things will happen, as Indrajit Singh said, to connect the 2 countries. So thank you once again. We move straight away to the session with Rajasthan. And Purnima ji, how do we do this? Navita ji, do we just stay here or we have to re-log into the next link? How do we do this?
So for all the speakers, Manishi, I've already sent in a calendar invite. So
Right.
If you could just log out of this session and re-log in into that
Re-log
link.
into the next.
For the visitors, it remains the same. They would have already received an overall link, so they're already tuned in.
In there. So we'll
Yeah.
just re-log in.
Yes,
So we take leave here,
Yes.
and thank you everybody for joining.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Have a
I
safe
have
day.
a request for everyone. If everyone can turn on their camera so that we can have a group picture, I'll take a snapshot of this meeting.
Yeah,
Requesting
idea.
everyone to turn on the cameras.
Kelly, Rakshan, Namrata ji, Nilesh ji, Prashasti, Shyam ji, Namrata ji, Nilesh ji. Is there? He's there. Okay. So I think
Shyam,
we are all
sir?
there. Pooja is with us. Shyam Bhatia ji,
Malvika and
Malvika and Shyam ji.
Nabrata.
I have a solution, Namita ji. You later cut and paste in the blocks the pictures.
We'll do that.
So let's do the
Go ahead,
picture.
Amar. Yeah. Done, Amar?
Yes, ma'am, it's done. Thank you,
Alright,
everyone.
thank
For the
you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Please log into the other session. Yes.
Thank you.
Next session.
Yeah.
You are not, do it.